Welcome to Minutes with Lynnis, brought to you by Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond. Embark on this journey with me, Lynnis Woods Mullins, your certified holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40, as we explore tips for an ever-growing mind, body, and spirit in just a few minutes. Hey everyone, boy, welcome. This is Lynnis with Lynnis Minutes, and it has been quite an adventure getting on today. Technical difficulties, internet going in and out, and then mine not watching the clock. So I hope that you all are here. I can't tell if you are or not, but if you are, just give me a heart or a wave. Welcome to Lynnis Minutes. And happy Saturday. Hoping you all are having a fabulous Saturday. And if you get a chance to watch this live, fantastic. But if not, hopefully you're watching the replay along with my YouTube followers and also my Twitter followers and Instagram. Welcome. We're going to be talking about something that I think you all should know about, but I wanted to kind of hone in on when it comes to self-care. Especially for midlifers, how important it is that we also take into consideration those things that are going to give us a boost of energy. I don't know about you, but as I begin to age, that comes and goes. I normally have a lot of energy, but I can tell when I'm missing certain components in my diet, when I start getting certain kinds of feelings, with cramping and fatigue and sleeplessness and some of the other things that happen to us as we age. And the reason why they happen is just not the chemical imbalances. The reality is that part of aging has to do with the fact that our bodies are not producing the same kinds of vitamins and minerals as they did when we were in our 30s. But there's things we can do through our eating and also through supplements that will give us that boost of energy that we need. So I wanted to go over a few things that you can do to increase your energy levels. And some of these but I just wanted to remind you of them because there's nothing worse than walking around feeling fatigued, tired, and irritable, and you still have things to do. Because let's face it, in midlife, even though we're older, we still, in the most case, are living active lives. We are still working. We're still maintaining head of household in some cases. We've got grandchildren and children. We still have active lives. We just need an extra little oomph sometimes to make sure that we can still maintain those energy levels to support those lives. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is making sure that you are getting enough magnesium. It's essential for your muscles and nerves, and it can be found in green leafy vegetables, nuts and seeds and grains, because as we grow older, our bodies don't produce enough magnesium. And we can tell that because we'll begin to have a little bit of feeling of weakness, fatigue maybe, sometimes sleeplessness or cramping. I know sometimes in the middle of the night, my toes will cramp. And that lets me know that I need more magnesium. So what I'll do is I'll grab a banana in the middle of the night and eat it, one of the best sources of magnesium and potassium. But you can also try a supplement or even magnesium flakes in your bathtub. That's really a good idea because the magnesium will be absorbed through your skin. Another thing about magnesium, you can find it sometimes, not sometimes, all the times in whole milk, but you can also find it in nut milk, which is what I prefer to use because nut milk is high in lots of minerals and vitamins, but also magnesium. Another supplement or another mineral that you want to watch out for is the vitamin D. Vitamin D, we normally get through sunshine, quite frankly, but it's good for the bones, the teeth, muscles, and the immune system. And it can be found in small amounts in egg yolks or oily fish, like, sardines and dairy. But the vast amount of vitamin D that we really need is coming from the sun. And of course, you want to always use sunblock. But if you live in a sunny place like I do, I live in California or Arizona, Florida, places like that, you're probably okay in your vitamin D levels. But if you happen to live in a place that has northern lights, like somewhere in Alaska or Seattle, or places where it rains all the time and it's overcast, you may want to take a supplement that will help. And there's also some things you can get, artificial UV rays that can help also. But the best thing is to try to either get it from your food or to use a supplement, depending on the time of year. Some of the offshoots of not having enough vitamin D involve depression. So you definitely want to make sure that you're getting enough of it. And as I said, you can get it through your food or through a supplement. Another thing that's going to give you a boost of energy if you have been feeling tired is making sure that you're getting enough omega-3, often lacking from our modern diets. This omega-3 really does help you fight against cardiovascular disease and also helps you to feel more energy, helps you to think more clearly in terms of our brain cells. And sources of omega-3 are oily fish, nuts, seeds. But if you don't eat these things regularly, then you probably do need to take a supplement. Now, just be sure that you vet your source of vitamin of omega-3 if you're going to get a supplement. I can tell you that those big old jars of omega-3 or fish oil pills, whatever they call them, at some of these container stores like Costco or Sam's Club, are not always the freshest. You want to make sure and find out what the shelf life is for that, because many times the container stores will be selling supplements that that aren't good any longer. Omega-3 can be rancid if you're not careful, and it may not make you sick, but it's not giving you any value. So double check expiration dates on those omega-3s. And I would say the best source of omega-3 is to get it in smaller dosages from a whole health food store. It might be a little bit more expensive, but you know what I say, you'll either pay for it on the front end or the back end when it comes to your overall health. Vitamin B12 is another supplement found in foods of animal or sources, mostly like, meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. Vitamin B12 also occurs in yeast extracts. Sometimes I like to put yeast on my popcorn. It kind of tastes cheesy, but it's one way to get vitamin B12. And it's hard to get B12 in a vegan diet, so you may want to take a supplement. People who have low level of B12 also has been linked to maybe suffering more depression. And for women in particular, taking a stress formula that has the B12, B6, and all the Bs in it is very good, because as we age, our bodies aren't producing as much of that. And if you happen to be under stress, and these days living life can be stressful, and your body is going to take as much as it needs, and it doesn't leave much else. And so after a while, you become depleted of B12. So if you're not getting it through your foods, then you want to definitely take some kind of a stress supplement. Again, vet the source of your B12 and make sure you're getting the best that you can find. I suggest health food stores instead of your local drugstore. Just want to make sure that the B12 that you're taking, or whatever the B source is, if it's a supplement, that it's being absorbed by the cells and not just being sloughed off in the urine. Because sometimes if you get the kind that's buffered or chelated, might be easier going down, but it's not giving you that source of B12 that you really need. Best source, of course, is through your foods. Another one is iron. I suggest that all of you, when you go to your doctors, make sure that they are pulling a full blood panel and they're testing you for iron, because it's quite common for women to lack iron. And if you are lacking iron, you're going to probably feel an increase in being tired, feeling fatigue, maybe even dizziness. Of course, red meat is the best source of iron, but you can also find it in vegetables like kale and spinach. Also, eggs and nuts. It's interesting. Nuts are the way to go, ladies, especially for those of us who might be feeling some fatigue. You're feeling kind of tired, and maybe you're lacking one of the things I just got you talking about. You grab a handful of nuts, and what kinds of nuts? Cashews, almonds, walnuts, any kind of nut. And of course, you don't want to eat the whole thing of nuts because it can be high in fat and cholesterol, even though it's good fat, high in calories. But just a handful, just to snack on, can also curb your appetite as well. And it's giving you all the things that I'm talking about in terms of what you need to stay energized and to keep from feeling fatigue. Now, I have one more request for you when it comes to sharing the word. Make sure you share the broadcast. this information I'm sharing for this self-care series in midlife, I think a lot of people have, but putting it all together and sharing it with someone that you love that might have forgotten or to remind them to take care of themselves is so important. It's probably the biggest gift of love that you can give. And this is going to be real brief because I know it's a Saturday, but I will be coming on tomorrow evening. I think it's going to be at 5:30 tomorrow evening because I have something to share about this girlfriend getaway special that I am going to be doing for the Wellness Woman 40 self-care, self-love retreat in Costa Rica. I have a fantastic special that's going to cut the price for you, and we only have 8 slots left. So please join me tomorrow because I'll be introducing that new special and some other information about how you can stay well in your mind, body, and soul, spirit, all of that, especially as you age. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you again tomorrow, Sunday. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have something to share, please comment below. For more Wellness Woman videos, be sure to click the subscribe button below and check out my Facebook group, Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond. But most importantly, don't forget to love yourself and educate, encourage, and empower your mind, body, spirit wellness.